Hi, I'm Rich.
And I'm Ann.
And we're from the Dark InCider.
And today we're going to be reviewing 2 stouts. It was our intention this week to review a cider, but, well, the magnetic pull that the beer section has on my husband led us to the discovery of 2 stouts from Epic.
So Epic's a brewery down in Utah, which evidently we're not from Utah, we're from Portland, Oregon. So we didn't know Epic or Utah had a prohibition on what they consider high ABV beers, which is anything above 4%. So they brew stuff and then I think they just ship it out of the state because they can't really even serve it there. And then they have another brewery and tap room, I think, in Denver. So anyway, if you know about Epic, comment, put it down below in the comments. But this is what drew me in. I have their Big Bad Baptist Orange Stick. It's an Imperial Stout aged in whiskey barrels with orange peel, coffee, and cocoa added. And Annie has
the Big Bad Baptist Gingerbread. And it's an Imperial Stout aged in whiskey barrels with allspice, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and vanilla.
Now, let me kind of make a little statement, and you'll find out, because I will say this more than once. If you're going to put bold statements like that on a label, that it tastes like orange peel, cocoa, coffee, it had better taste like orange peel, cocoa, and coffee, or gingerbread. So many times I have tasted, I don't know, there's one in town called a blueberry bourbon cider. Doesn't taste like blueberry, doesn't taste like bourbon. It's kind of a big deal for me. So I'm excited. To see what this tastes like. Now, we put these in the freezer because we got them from the store and they were wicked warm and now they're wicked cold. So normally stouts are supposed to be served at a slightly higher temperature. So this will be interesting. We've got the thermometer. We may end up having to record this again because they might be too cold. But the styles, they're both Imperial stouts aged in whiskey barrels, right? That one's aged in whiskey barrels as well, right?
Yep.
So it again should be served. If I
hold on to them long enough, they'll warm up.
Right. This one, the Orange Stick, is 11.8 ABV.
This one here is 11.5. And we did indeed do our due diligence in trying to find out what the IBUs were, but we were unsuccessful at that. Also, I want to let you know that we have had experience in the past with Epic Brewing and their Big Bad Baptist, and it is a very good beer.
Love this beer.
So that's why we're excited about it.
It's usually a one and done, and we have 2 bottles. And it's Sunday night. So anyway, should we try cracking it open?
Let the drinking begin.
So let's crack it open. So let's take a listen here. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, by the way, special Craftsman Tools bottle opener given to us, some good friends of ours, Keith and Jody. Okay, so going to be some pretty low carbonation because I could barely even hear it when it came out. So let's go ahead and pour these in our John's Marketplace taster glasses. Take a look at that while I pour the other one.
Nice. I meant to bring the flashlight. I forgot the flashlight so I could shine the light in.
Will light come through it?
Huh. I don't think so.
It's got a nice dark head on it, but very little head. Again, not very carbonated because it's a stout. Getting sweet. I'm not smelling too much orange. But again, it's cold. It's wicked cold.
We forgot to drop the thermometer.
Excuse me. Just measured the beer. It's 45 degrees. So not too overly cold for a stout. Should be in the, I think we read that was like 40 to 50 degrees would be appropriate, I think. Comment on that in the comments if I'm wrong. So anyway, should we try to give it a taste?
Sure.
Thoughts?
No orange.
No orange. No coffee. No cocoa.
But it's
whiskey.
good.
Whiskey.
Good.
I'm getting the whiskey. we're going to have to let this warm up, I think. I think this is going to kind of come alive when it gets warmed up. But it is good, but not as thick. It doesn't have a really thick mouthfeel like I thought that it was going to be.
What does it smell like? Doesn't smell like orange either.
No, doesn't smell. But I think we're going to have to let this warm up and see what happens.
It's definitely, like you said, low in carbonation. Mouthfeel, honestly, it coats a little bit, and I feel some hops in there.
Right? Mm-hmm. I get the whiskey.
I
totally get the burn of the whiskey is what I mean. There's some.
Yeah. I get
there's
that.
a whiskey on the back end. If you stop drinking long enough, you'll get that.
This is how I taste. Don't judge.
Okay, I mean I like it.
Let's let it.
And you know what? Maybe some orange starting to get in there.
I don't have any, but
Okay.
we'll set it aside and
So the
see what
green
happens.
ones are the orange. Mm-hmm. Green or the orange. Okay. So now on to the gingerbread. This was what, 11.5%?
Yeah, we assume that they're about the same temperature too.
Yeah,
Since they were
yeah.
put in at the same time.
Yeah, about what did I say? 45 degrees. Again, I was talking over top of that, but you couldn't even hardly hear it. So this is going to be super low carbonation. So.
Whoa! Once again, no light shineth through.
So again, very, very little head, which I would expect from and this is almost going away just while talking about it.
Yeah, definitely.
But super, super dark, which that sounds great.
Ooh, I definitely
right on.
smell spices in this.
No,
yeah.
there's ginger going on. Now, what else?
Cinnamon and ginger and
Allspice, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and vanilla. I'm looking forward to this.
Yep. Oh, wow.
A lot more. Yeah.
But then a very slight tinny taste. But it could be because we just poured it. Sometimes it takes a minute for that to go away. They got the allspice. But they have the
cinnamon,
spice right.
Nutmeg. I'm not getting too much vanilla.
Yeah, I see that.
And I'm not getting the whiskey barrel like with the other one.
It's not super sweet either, by the way. So I think that's why I'm getting some of the hoppiness on the back end of these beers is because they're not syrupy sweet. I'll have to try the orange stick again and see how these compare as far as sweetness.
So far, pretty disappointed in the orange stick. But I've got good hopes that when it warms up, it's going to change. The gingerbread out of the bottle is gingerbread. I mean, lightly, not overly.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not,
it still tastes like beer.
And it doesn't, there's been some beers with the pastry stout that we tried last week. It had it tasted like pastry. It had a bready mouthfeel. This doesn't. So from what I've read, that is a yeasty characteristic. So not getting a lot of that yeasty.
Yeah, you're right. There is no yeasty, bready, malty kind of flavor to these at all. But they are definitely an Imperial stout without a doubt. I'm gonna switch to the other one really quick.
So just a note, and this is not a knock at all. Just a note, when you get into the double-digit beers, you have to expect to be paying a little bit more, a higher price. These were both.
Okay.
That's starting to change?
A little tiny bit more orange.
Okay. These were both, what were they, 1940, a bottle, and we're in Oregon, so we have to pay a bottle, so 1950, basically, almost $20 a bottle. And from this quick little, I mean, this was an impulse buy. I saw it in the store and I'm like, ooh, that sounds good. And so we came home, we made dinner, we ran down to a different store that we knew that had it and picked it up. I don't know that I would buy this again to keep in stock.
I buy the gingerbread.
Yeah?
I buy the gingerbread.
Really?
Yeah. Although it's not going to meet your super sweet. This is a fairly balanced beer with, it is a balanced beer with, I guess it does have a hop-like finish, but it's not sweet. This beer, neither one of these two beers are sweet.
Not overly sweet.
Not at all
Not
sweet.
sticky
Not malty.
Sweet, not syrupy sweet. Not huge on coffee, which a lot of times Imperial Stouts, if in my experience, if they're strong on anything, it's that real strong roasted malt, which gives a coffee very chocolatey. And neither one of these really have it, but they're boozy. But that's because they were aged in the whiskey barrels. I'm thinking. I'm still not getting a whole lot of orange.
Yeah, my wee little bit of orange went away too. And if I'm out of water, does that mean I can't drink anymore?
Yes. It's all for me.
Doggone it.
So we may have to let this warm up. Maybe we'll come back here in a couple minutes. We'll check on some things here in the house. Come back here in a couple minutes and see what happens when they warm up. Because I have not drank enough lagers and see-through beers to know if that happens, if when they warm up, if the profile changes. But I know with these high ABV beers, they can get really complicated. You will start with one beer, especially if you're sitting at a tap room or something like that, and you get a bomber, 22 ounce, and you start and it's one beer, and you finish and it's another beer. It totally, the profile totally changes. Things get more floral. Spices start coming out. It's a completely different beer. You may or may not even like it. That's the interesting thing. So, but usually by the end of a bomber, you don't really care.
Point.
All right. So we're going to come back. Check us out here in a little bit. Well, we gave it a few minutes. It rose about 5 degrees. Not too much, but this is going to be the orange peel, orange stick. I smell a little bit more. I still don't smell a lot of orange.
I smell the chocolate. Which, by the way, guys, I'm not supposed to be having, but
she's taking one for the team.
Taking one for the team.
I don't. Still not a lot of.
Right. Still no orange.
Yeah, still no orange. But it's good.
It is good.
But this is what bugs me. Why did I buy it? It says orange stick. You know those little, at Christmas time or whatever, you get the little chocolate covered orange jelly filled sticks. As soon as I saw that, which is why I'm sure they put it on the label, I wanted to get it. I want a beer that tastes like an orange stick, a chocolate covered orange stick. Let me have it. It's not happening.
It does taste better warmer.
It does taste better.
It does taste better warmer.
It's got a more full flavor.
It does.
And there's other stuff going on, and I'm sure but if we haven't gotten to orange yet, we're not getting to orange.
Okay. I'm going to save a little in there.
Honey, we got the whole bottle. All right, so we're going to move on to the gingerbread.
Let's give this a try.
I had such high hopes for this one, too.
I'm not disappointed at all.
Oh,
wow, wait a minute. That's great. Oh, that's so good.
I'm getting a ton of allspice.
It's like a gingerbread. It is definitely like, wow, that's so nice.
Oh, that's completely changed it.
Oh boy, howdy.
It still finishes really heavy, really strong with the whiskey, for me.
The gingerbread one? I thought the other one was more whiskey finish.
No, both of them tasted really boozy, but this one, I still get some ginger in my palate right now, but it hits me really hard with the spices, but then finishes out with the whiskey. after we shut this off, we're going to let this probably warm up a little bit more, have some dinner, and come back and have some. You guys won't see it, but it'll probably be awesome.
You may not want to see it.
We'll put it in the description. But yeah, Epic Brewing, which they make some truly epic beers. Did these work out for us? Maybe not. Are we fans of the Big Baptist?
Gingerbread. I like the gingerbread.
But are we fans of the Big Baptist line from Epic?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Would we make a trip to Denver or to Salt Lake to go visit their tap room?
Absolutely.
So if you can find them and try them out, because they're doing some really, really great stuff.
Also, we took a picture and we'll post it.
Yeah.
They have more than just
They've got a whole series. This
of the Big Bad Baptist
2022 rare release. They've got a whole series.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that there's going to be, if you like dark beers that have a lot of really complex flavors, something in that line is going to turn your light on, and you're going to be a big Epic fan.
For now.
So anyway, from the Dark InCider, we still need to sign off.
Let us know if you got one for us.
Cheers.
Skull.
Slancha. Bottoms up.
Yes.
Just drink. Sit down, Carl.